Welcome to the vlog. So I'm going to be talking about a few things today, specifically about social media and about the word plogging and what it means to me for those new to the channel. But first, I'm going to be plogging my way to Amsterdam. We've got a Brooks running event, so for all the team members, so I'm an ambassador, but I've got to get there. It's 20 kilometers away, so I'm going to be plogging my way there with this. Boom! This is for you, Sean. This is for you, Scott. You got the jackpot. Okay. Welcome to the vlog. So, I've said that already, haven't I? I was trying to actually tell you the story about plogging and social media at the Brooks event, but I just didn't have time. It was so jam-packed. I'll show you some images of what happened during the day. I just want to give a shout out to Brooks and to all my sponsors. There are links below to all the companies that sponsor me. And just to put it in context, I don't get paid by any of these companies, and for me, I reach out to companies. I always reach out to companies and say, will you help me with my plogging? So Brooks is a good example of that. I'd never run in Brooks shoes until I became their ambassador, but now they really are supportive about everything I do. They took a risk with me and I took a risk with them, and I love it. So big shout out to them. And yeah, they just really support the stuff I do, and to all the other companies as well. So anyway, let's get on with what I wanted to talk about: social media and also plogging. So what's all this about? Well, there were a couple of comments that were left below in the last video which were really important. One was talking about the negative impact of social media, and the other one was talking about they'd never heard the word plogging, they'd used wombling. And so I just want to talk about those two aspects. On my account, I probably won't be talking too much about the negative aspect of social media, or about the negative, or I hope not too much about the negative impact of dropping litter. I want to talk about positive things. So this account is all about positive messages. I'm not ignoring the negative, but I just want to flood it with positive messages. So I don't focus on the person dropping the trash as much as the impact that I can make. That person's dropped trash. I could try and convince them not to do that, and I would do that through positive messages, showing you, look, we live in a beautiful place, on a planet that is so magical. Why wouldn't we want to cherish it and sort of act as caretakers for it? So for me, social media is a chance to talk about the positive behaviors that you can do towards creating a future for our kids, and that's really what I'm about. So I don't ignore the negative aspect about social media, but I want to celebrate the positive aspects. The fact that I can reach people in different countries and say, look at the impact I'm making. And there's a lot of friends and connections I've made through social media around the world, and together as a collective we can get the numbers to create change, to create a worldwide change, which is important. So sorry, I've got a runny nose because it's a bit cold. Look at this, how beautiful is this? So I'm not going to spend too long about this, but yeah, so it's all about positive messages. And a classic example of how social media can work in a positive way is the word plogging. So the person that left the comment talked about wombling. Now that might be a very UK specific label for picking up trash. And there are other ones around, there's Dutch have their own words for it because we pick up zwerfafval, so zwerfies and things like that sort of are used here, and that goes throughout all the countries. What's happened with plogging is it's acted as a uniter. I did my first official plog, I'd done it before, but my first official plog was in September 2011, so 5 years before plogging became a word, was invented. And I picked up this trash while I was running to a train station. It was in England at the time, and I didn't know how to describe it. I wanted to do a tweet about it and draw attention to it, so it was my first intentional social media post about it, but I had no word to use, so I just said keep Britain tidy. That was sort of a word I'd grown up with. And what plogging has done, when the Swedes invented it, I'd say I'll put some links below to the wiki page, but just Google what plogging means, and they just combined these two words, and by doing that they created a word called plogging that unites us, and it unites us on social media. I can say I went plogging in the Netherlands, and someone in Africa, in Asia, in America, it doesn't matter what country they are, they will be able to go, oh, that's what he did, look, I did it too, and we can unite through that word. So it provides a word to unite us, and it makes it a lot easier to describe what we're doing. Instead of using hashtag, look, I went for a run and then I saw this trash on the ground, so I picked it up and then put it in a bin and I put it on social media, I can now say hashtag plogging, and it's got it's instantly recognizable. So if you look on Instagram, I don't know how many it is now, but I think it's probably around 300,000 posts now that have got the hashtag. I'm going to put the number on the screen at the moment, but it's amazing how it's united. It's become a word to unite through social media to actually drive change. So yeah, social media and the word plogging have such an importance in society at the moment. So let's focus on the positive. Let's not ignore the negative, but let's actually drive that positive through. So that's what this channel that I'm doing is all about. It's about my passion for sport, and specifically running. It's about my passion. It's about my commitment of plogging. So I would rather not pick up trash on every run, but it's my commitment to you that I would do it every time. So all these wine bottles that I found in the hedge, they've all been picked up through my commitment to doing this, and I did it under the name of plogging, and I try and raise awareness through social media. So with that, I just want to say, yeah, that's about it really for today's thing. I just wanted to raise those. Thank you so much to all the people that started following me specifically through the DC Rainmaker post. So I'm so grateful to you. Hang around, because at Christmas time I'm going to try and finally get to edit my Plogging World Championships. Yes, there is a Plogging World Championships where I came second. So I want to I filmed it all as much as I could. So I want to talk about that in a film. It's going to be a long one, but hopefully a good one. So stick around. Don't unsubscribe, but yeah, just try and sort of check in every now on some of my videos. I'd really appreciate that, and I really want to grow the YouTube thing. All my links to Instagram, which is my main account, is below, and other links. And I would say, if you're a new subscriber, just let me know in the comments that you've subscribed and you want me to pick up a piece of trash for you. Make it really clear. Don't just leave a comment, say I want you to pick up a piece of trash for me, and I want you to dedicate it to Michael or whatever name you want me to use, and then I'll do that. I'll try and do that. I'll do it until I get 250 subscribers, and then I'll probably carry on doing it every now and then, sort of like maybe one a week, as sort of a lucky draw person that has subscribed and said they want me to pick up some trash. So with that, thank you very much. Look at this. How cool is this? The Netherlands is such a magical place. Wow. I'm going to show you some B-roll now. Look at this. Anyway, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.